Alright fellas, welcome back. This isn't going to be a long video this week because I just not a lot to do, but I did get some parts in. I got my new reverse gear on the left, and then you can see the old reverse gear on the right. Now, it said it was a heavy duty reverse gear. What does that mean? Probably nothing. I don't see any differences, to be honest with you, unless it's made out of super metal or something. If you notice the cut of the old gear, and then it's a little different on the new gear. The other thing is, see how worn the teeth are? I mean, these things are just pretty rounded off. And then of course the new gear is going to be nice and sharp. So the slider is exactly the same way. The slider is nice and sharp on the new one. And I have it right here. This is the new slider. If I were to get the old slider, it would just look like the old gear. It's really, really well rounded off. So we got the new slider. In the new gear. The other thing that I got was I got the new reverse synchro. Interesting, I'm doing carbons in this. There are no carbon reverse. So all the carbons are made out of bronze. And you can see again the little lugs on here are nice and sharp. So this basically goes like this. It's cone shaped, so you'll know when you get it right. And then that basically goes like that. So we're not ready to install this yet. We're still waiting on other parts to come in. Now let me show you another thing I got here. Let me get it opened up. I should be more prepared than this. This is the 5th and 6th Synchro, brand new. These are, remember, I'm going all carbon. So these are the 5th and 6th carbon synchros. And yep, that's carbon. Man, I'm spending a lot of money on doing this. I don't know if it's worth it or not. I'll be really honest. And I'll also be really honest that I drive my Jeep less than 5,000 miles a year. I may not know for a long time if it was worth it because I just don't get the mileage in. But you can see there's that, and then of course this is the number for the 5th and 6th. 5th and 6th synchro rings are the same, friction rings are the same. So that's the parts we got in. I think we do have enough parts to go back together with 5th and 6th. So we're going to go ahead and finish the assembly, but I'm just showing you every paycheck I get a gear and some synchros. I can spend a couple $100 each paycheck. And it's going to take me 2 or 3 paychecks and I'll have everything. It's going to take me a whole paycheck to get the shift forks, because that's the most expensive part. So alright, let's go on into the shaft and we'll put together what we can with just the parts that we have. Okay, hang on. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is I've wiped all this down. We are going to just put a dab of lube on there. And we are going to install the 6th gear bearing. Wow, that was pretty easy. And we're going to put a little more lube on there. More lube can't hurt, right? I'm using the sticky 8090. Yeah, not the trans oil, I get it. But it's a little more sticky, and after I run this for like 1,000 miles, I mean, you're talking trace amount, it's no big deal. I'll still end up, once things break in, doing a early change. The next thing we're going to do is, I'm going to pull a lube. Okay, I got 6th gear here. We are going to install 6th gear on the roller bearing. Whoa, man, that's nice. Look at that. Okay. After we install 6th gear, we're going to open up our bag here. And we are going to install our blocker ring. Maybe. God, let me make sure that only goes, yeah, it looks like it can go either way. So there's our blocker ring. Then we are going to install our 6th gear friction ring. Let me get this thing oiled. I don't want to put this carbon on dry, right? That'd be stupid. So let me lube this up real good. Wow, that carbon is really dry. Remember, this is cone shaped, right? So it's really easy to know which way this goes on. Okay. Now notice there's teeth missing here, but there's no teeth on the blocker ring, so it doesn't look like it has to line up any special way. Okay, so there's that. Then we're going to install the hub. All right, I'll be right back. I'm going to clean this off real good. Stand by. Okay, so what you can see is I have this in the press. I'm just going to take up a little space here. And I got the hub aligned on the splines. It's a piece of pipe, but it's Miller tool number 262. And what we're going to do is shut that, and then we are going to press this hub. You know, I think in an earlier video I stated I thought these were cast aluminum. No, I'm pretty sure they're steel. They just have a different texture. Maybe they're cast steel. I'm not expecting this to take a whole lot of pressure. See, what I don't know if it's starting straight. No, it's not. There, I think that straightened it out. I did that by hand, so don't freak out. That was just, I'm just barely moving this thing by hand. See, I'm doing it by hand and it's going on. I just wanted to get it started. Now, make sure you get these tabs aligned up. And if you raise the synchro and move it in, you can tell that the tab's lined up. And then what I'm doing is I'm just dropping the synchro straight down, the friction disc straight down. Let me make sure you can see that. Okay, so we're pushing this down, and if this is turned like this, it's not going to go. Make sure this tab fits right, and you'll know that if you lift the friction ring up and go like this, you know it's in the right orientation. Then all I'm doing is dropping it straight down so that as I press, it's lined up. It's lined up pretty good. So let me go ahead and finish pressing this back on. I mean, it's kind of that easy. And then I'm just going to make sure, see my friction disc? It's in the right orientation. And I'm just going to go until it bottoms. And I think right there is good. I did not crank on this. That's why you didn't see any spring back. All right, let me get repositioned back in my vise, and we will complete the assembly of this. Stand by. All right, once you get the hub on, and remember, I mean, the directions say that this flange here, they're offset, and that the long one goes down. I mean, it looks right. It looks like the snap ring hole is lined up. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to put this snap ring in. And of course, I'm challenged on these things, and I don't know why. Oh, this is a weird one. Oh, did you hear that pop? I think we're in. You can see our snap ring there. I think we're in. Okay. I mean, it feels right. Nothing's bound up. So after the snap ring, that's about it. I mean, I got a 5th and 6th synchro here, but it looks like that isn't. Why doesn't it have us put the slider on yet? You know what? I think that's because we took that off first. So I think once we mesh the two shafts together is when I add the rest of this and the balls and the detent. So let me check, but I think we're going to be done for the week because I don't think I have any parts to go back together with anything else, but I might. So let me see what I got. All right, stay tuned. Bye.